So, a little bit of context and clarification before viewing this video. Being this is a sponsored video, the manufacturer of the product you're about to see demoed provided us feedback that some of the verbs utilized by Dan and Adam during the course of the shoot were suboptimal, and they prefer the terms activate and activation. Points if you can guess what word we're trying to avoid, but enjoy the video.
Good morning, YouTube. Today we're going to put out a fire using an
activation
ball.
So are you recording all of the nefarious activities?
If you're new to the channel, my name is Lieutenant Dan, and over there is Captain Adam. And we have Mo with us. And today we're going to put out a fire using a ball.
activation process.
Yeah, because that's how I want to talk.
Who doesn't want to use
Activation process.
fire?
I mean, I do. I don't know about you. So one of the problems that happens occasionally with supercars, and unfortunately
Ferraris.
probably more often than you'd like, yes, Ferraris, they have kind of a bad reputation of catching on fire. Oh, it's on fire. And if you didn't know, we've already had one of our Ferraris catch on fire. Although admittedly, it probably wasn't the car's fault. That was kind of just...
It was the contractor.
It was the contractor's fault. But, you know, we know that like a Hoovie's car caught on fire. And a bunch of other cars we know have caught on fire. Some of our clients' cars have caught on fire, so it does happen. And even non-Ferraris that I know, people who have watched the channel have sent me pictures of their cars that have caught on fire, so I know about a Corvette that caught on fire and a couple others. It's always horrible and unfortunate and scary. And that's, I guess, the biggest thing is, you know, it's a very dangerous situation. So I think anytime you can do anything to protect yourself, it's a good idea. So we obviously have some other fire extinguishers that we sell on this channel. This company, LD Fire, reached out to us and said, hey, would you guys care to try our product? And we said, absolutely. I am all for safety stuff.
Activation process.
Wow, I'm in this.
I mean, yeah, I mean, like, who doesn't want to put out a fire with a
Activation.
ball? So before we get into it, if you want to buy one of these or any other products we sell, go visit normalguysupercar.com. You can use the code NGS10. It'll hook you up with 10% off any of the LD Fire products. It's in the garage section under fire extinguishers, so go check that out. We'll be demonstrating it in just a minute. But here was why we kind of really got inspired by this, is this Ferrari F430 right behind me. So this car is Daniel's car. We sold it to him just recently, and we knew that it had some issues, and one of the issues we knew it had was a gas leak, which is obviously a big, scary problem. So we popped off this cover right here, and here is the fuel pump. And the fuel pump, I cleaned it all up, but there was fuel actively coming out of the top of the fuel pump. That obviously is a massive, massive fire risk for this car. I don't know that you could use one of these too easily on this car, but the 430 Coupe has a panel that comes up over here, so you could actually mount one of these fire extinguisher balls directly above the fuel pumps on each side. And that, I thought, would be an amazing thing, because one of the beautiful things about these is that you can install them and have it be a passive fire extinguisher. So you don't actually have to go grab a fire extinguisher, pull the pin, do all that stuff and get it going. You can put it in a place that you think is at risk for a fire. For example, like over an electrical box, or maybe in my case, I've considered where I store my fuel and other flammable chemicals. So like this closet, you can see I got a big 5-gallon fuel tank, oil, all sorts of propellants and flammable stuff. This closet probably would be a pretty big problem if it caught on fire.
OSHA has entered the chat.
Yeah, OSHA's like, what are you doing with that? So putting one of these in here would be amazing, in my opinion, because they would probably be able to snuff it out if something happened. So I think that's actually what I'm gonna do with literally this ball right here.
This thing
Activates.
at 90 decibels.
Yeah, it's gonna be loud.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's not terribly loud, but it's gonna be
I thought it kind of like melted.
No,
But no.
Activates.
No,
Yeah.
it legit has like a thing in it.
I'm excited.
Activation process.
I think maybe
Activates.
I don't know, they hit something in there that disperses it.
I want to get
So
3 of these and learn to juggle.
before we do this demonstration, a few things that obviously we want to discuss. One of them is the material in this is the exact same material that's in most fire extinguishers, in a regular fire extinguisher. So it's basically just that stuff without a propellant shoved into a ball and dispersed with the...
Activation process.
That chemical is actually safe for the environment. It's non-toxic. In fact, it's basically like a fertilizer. So if you had it like get in your garden or something, it would be fine. The other thing is that if that was in your car and you used it on your car, you would need to wash off your paint and other things because it can be caustic. So it's not like it'll hurt it if it's on there for a few minutes or even hours, but I wouldn't leave it on there for days. So if, like, you know, you had one and it was over your fuel pump and it went off, you'd probably want to go get a hose and put, you know, some water on it after the fire was out. Another quick clarification is we talked to some actual firefighters to find out how could we do this in a very safe manner, because obviously we don't like lighting things on fire intentionally and then putting them out.
Speak for yourself.
Well, okay, I don't want to do that. So we came up with a way to do it that we felt like is very safe. We're basically going to start a fire inside of my old grill.
Which, by the way, is designed to hold fire.
Right. So it's going to be a fire that would be no less intense than a fire for a barbecue. And then we're just going to put one of these balls above the fire and it should
Activate.
theoretically and put out the fire. That's the plan.
That's the theory.
So I guess we'll go do that and then talk some more about it because of the
Activate.
stuff and put out a fire. Sadly, I couldn't get the stick. Oh, wait. There it is. Yes. Oh, dang it. Also, real quick, they come in 2 different sizes. This is the big one. This is a little one. This is the boxes they come in. And this one is specifically designed for engine bays. So if you check this out, engine bay, any engine bay, like marine or a car. So you can see it's actually got a little bracket and you mount this in your engine bay. And this is what I was thinking would be great for regular 430s, where you could just mount that right above the fuel pump. Obviously, again, you can't do it in the Spyder because you got the Spyder top right here, but on the regular 430s, this is a big empty space. And this would be pretty easy to just mount somewhere. That one, yeah, you just kind of put it in like it's like a rack. You can mount that to your wall or something. This one is the same thing, just smaller than that one. That's the big one. So we're gonna use a little one because that one's really big. And here you go. Here's the one we're actually gonna use. Yeah, there.
Hey, Dan.
Hey, what?
My blue balls.
Oh, God. I knew you were gonna come up with something. All right, so you can see that's how we'll have it mounted like that in the grill. Simple as that. Okay, YouTube, I just wanted to show you our setup. We've got wood chips down here that we're gonna spray some lighter fluid in there and then light it on fire. The ball will be up on this rack up here. So it's a little bit above it. And just in case, we have a hose with water pressurized. And then over here we have a bunch of extra fire extinguishers. So we're trying to, like, you know, make sure we're pretty safe. I guess so. So spray a bunch of lighter fluid in first.
Not gasoline. Never use gasoline, kids.
No, get at least so there's a little puddle. All right.
Put this away from the fire.
There you go.
Yep.
Get away.
How long do you think it will take?
It says 2 to 3 seconds.
Hold on.
Okay.
Holy Spirit, activate.
Oh, no.
Holy
Oh, no.
Spirit,
Oh, no.
activate. Holy Spirit, activate. Activate. Activate.
I can't see it from here. Whoa!
Sweet. That was awesome.
I felt that in my chest.
That was badass. Holy crap.
Somebody just called the cops because they heard.
Activation process.
That's badass. Well, it appears to be out. Whoa! Sweet. That was awesome. Whoa! Sweet. Wow. Oh, yeah, look at all that stuff. Wow. That was cool.
It was one of those fire
Activation.
balls.
Okay. I heard
Sweet.
a loud
Activation.
thought I'd better come and check it out.
Sweet.
What
You're
the
like,
heck?
what is Dan up to now?
Yeah.
All right, it is definitely out. There is zero fire.
Good.
That actually worked really well. I'm kind of impressed. Well, that was pretty awesome. You can see it worked pretty quickly. It only took, I'm gonna say, somewhere between like 5 and 10 seconds to activate. Fire had to get up to it, you know, like in order for it to activate, I believe is what it does. It's like not super loud, but it's intense. Like when it
Activates.
it's like, holy crap.
Like I was expecting it, and
I mean, our neighbor came out, he was like, holy crap. So I guess the interesting thing is like if you had it in your engine bay in a car, even if you couldn't see it, you'd hear it. So you'd know, hey,
Yeah,
and then of course you'd see like smoke and stuff coming out. But having a passive system like that's pretty awesome. That's pretty effective. I think for something like this, it would be ideal. Like having one of the engine bay ones in your engine bay would be really awesome. Having one of them like mounted above something that you think could catch on fire, like I think I'm gonna take that one and put it in my closet where all my fuel and stuff is, because if that closet caught on fire, it'd be by my house. I don't want to have to take a fire extinguisher and run over to the fire and get close to it and spray it and stuff. That doesn't sound fun at all. They're on our website, normalguysupercar.com. Use code NGS10, hook yourself up with 10% off. But those are pretty awesome. I'm glad we were able to demonstrate and it worked exactly as designed.
Shit was loud.
It was pretty loud, yeah. It said 90 decibels. I wonder if like being in the grill amplified it.
Oh, I'm sure it did.
Yeah. You know, we've had, unfortunately, a lot of incidents with fires on the channel. We've had a car catch a fire, the Howard caught on fire.
I was due, Dan. I've had this place a year. It's due for a big fire, wasn't it?
So it happens. Don't think it doesn't happen. It does happen. So be prepared, protect yourself, be safe, don't be dumb. So get some fire extinguishers. Consider these as part of your like fire safety solution. I think they're really valuable. I know I'm gonna have one from now on, and if I had a 430 or any of the cars where there's something that's a known problem, because these fuel pumps leak. 355. These fuel pumps are known to leak. This is super common. Like I said, one of our clients had one burned down recently. So I mean, it happens. This stuff happens. So protect yourself. But that's to do it. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much for watching. We're gonna be doing a lot of cool car stuff, so you're gonna stay tuned.
It'll be explosive.
Activate me.